Agenda of the session: what is C Sharp? Why do we need C Sharp? How to write C Sharp programs? Working with console input and console output operations. And also we'll cover string class in your C Sharp programming. Right. First of all, let's understand what is C Sharp. C Sharp is an object-oriented programming language from Microsoft. However, we have a C++, Java, we have a C Sharp as an object-oriented programming language. And it's a programming language from Microsoft which is used to develop software applications targeted to .NET technologies. If you want to develop any software application, we need to have programming languages. Earlier, we used to have C, C++ and all. In object-oriented programming, we'll be having C++, Java, C Sharp, etc. So .NET is going to be supporting more than 40 languages. In that, C Sharp is the best language. Why? Because most of the companies are using the C Sharp, and C Sharp is also following the C, C++ syntax. In our curriculum, we are going to be implementing the programming logic using the C Sharp. C Sharp is an object-oriented programming language from Microsoft, used to develop any kind of software applications. Right. And it is simple, modern, general-purpose object-oriented language. Right. And C Sharp is developed by a team led by Anders Hesselberg. Right. And coming to the one more point, C Sharp will be written as C hash and pronounced as a C Sharp. Right. And it is purely fully secured programming language. In order to work with a C Sharp, we need to follow some rules. The rules what we followed in the C, C++, same rules will be followed over here. Example, case sensitive. Case sensitive refers to capital letter keywords are different from small letters. Small letter keywords are different from capital letters. That is the first rule. Second rule, statement termination. Each and every statement will be terminated using the semicolon. However, we did it in C, C++, the same syntax. Coming to the third feature, third rule, your program execution should start with main method. And do remember, in C Sharp, the main method M should be capital letter. M should be capital letter. These are the three rules you need to follow while working with the C Sharp. C Sharp is a programming language from Microsoft, which is available as a built-in language with Visual Studio. When you install the Visual Studio, C Sharp will come as a built-in. So you need not to install separately. Once you install the Visual Studio, C Sharp will be coming. So here in the industry, more than 60% of the clients are looking for .NET programmers to use C Sharp. So it is recommended to be good in C Sharp. Right. Coming to the next point. If you want to develop a software application, we are going to be creating projects. In .NET, a project is nothing but a complete software application. When a customer approaches to you to develop an application with his requirement, we need to develop a software application. So that software application will be calling them as a project. Say a project is a complete software application as per the client requirement or as per the customer requirement. Generally, a project contains all the requirements which are suggested by the client with all the resources, libraries, etc. A project can be either console application, Windows application, web application, mobile application, or anything. It can be anything. There is no rule that it should be a particular thing. The project can be anything. And the project file extension system will recognize based on the extension. If you select a C Sharp as your project, then the file extension will be .csproj. If you choose VB.NET as your project, the file extension will be VBPROJ. It's a self-explanatory. You'll be able to easily understand. CSPROJ, C Sharp project. VBPROJ, Visual Basic project. VCXPROJ, Visual C++ project. So we are going to be working with a C Sharp and the project extension will be CSPROJ. Right. Coming to the next one. We have one more thing to be understand, that is solution. A solution is a collection of projects. As per the customer requirement, you might need to develop more than one project. Let's say he is asking to develop a Windows application. Later he may ask you to develop a web application, or he may ask you to develop a console application, mobile application, libraries, etc. So you need to together place all projects, and that together will be called as a solution. So what is a solution? Solution is a collection of projects. Solution is a collection of projects in .NET. A solution contains an extension .sln, whereas project contains an extension .csproj. Right, and you need to remember one more point. When a project is created in Visual Studio, it will be placed inside the solution, and that is optional. Okay, a project can exist without a solution also. Right, let me open Visual Studio. As we discussed in the last class, you can download the Visual Studio software from the Microsoft downloads. Right, just go to the Google, type Visual Studio, okay, 2015 download, or you can go for the 2013 download. All right, just click on the first site. You will be land on the Microsoft downloads. All right, in this Microsoft downloads, you can select the, let me go to the second one. This is something of Visual Studio 2015. Just click on the second option. Yeah, you will be able to see Visual Studio Community. See, Visual Studio Community is completely free. It is specially provided for learning purposes, testing purposes, very small projects we can develop. Okay, it's a very easy to download. Okay, it's a community edition you can download. Alright, when you click on this, it will automatically download in your system. And if you go for your universities and all, they'll be providing you the original software. Universities are having tie-up with the Microsoft. Right, I'll be using Visual Studio 13 for my execution. Even we'll see some examples in Visual Studio 15 also. I have a complete software with me. Let me open my Visual Studio. When I click on this, if I type Visual Studio, I'll be able to see all the Visual Studio softwares installed in my machine, whether it might be 2013, 2015. When you click on this button, you'll be able to see Visual Studio, as my software is Ultimate version. Right, this is my Visual Studio. And do remember, Visual Studio is an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. And it is very comfortable for developing the applications. It also has different components in it. Right, when you create the project, when you open the Visual Studio, by default you will be able to see a page called as a start page. If you're not able to see, don't worry, it will be available in the view. Okay, view start page. This start page contains three panes: left pane, right pane, and mid pane. In the left pane, you can select a new project. You can open the existing project. You can see the list of the recent projects. This is the left pane. Right pane, you can see what's new on Microsoft platforms. You'll be able to see all the information associated to Microsoft. In the mid pane, you can able to see any recent videos uploaded by the Microsoft. So this is the information which will be provided by the Microsoft. All right, and this start page will be available if the last option, keep page open after project loads, or keep show page on the start. If it is not there, don't worry, just close it. You can directly go to the view menu and you can select the start page. So this is Visual Studio. When you click on the new projects, here you don't have an option to create a new file. You'll be having new project. When you click on the new project, you will be able to see a window which allows you to create a project. In the left side, you'll be able to see the templates. Under the templates, you'll be able to see all the programming languages which are available by default. Do remember, Visual Basic, C#, C++, F#, all these are the programming languages from Microsoft. So you will be able to see these languages directly when you install the Visual Studio. You need not to add these languages explicitly. Right, coming to the first one, we have to select the C#. Why C# in the sense? C# is one of the best programming language in the industry, and every client is suggesting to operate their applications or handle their projects using C#. That is the reason we are discussing the C#. Under the C#, you will be able to see again different types of categories: store apps, okay, Windows desktop, web application, Office apps, etc. We are in the desktop currently. We need to go to the Visual C#, Windows desktop, and please choose an option called as a console application. What is console application we'll be understanding in just a bit. So when you select the console application, you need to provide the console application name. I'll be providing the console application name con app 1. I can give whatever the name I feel comfortable. So I'll be giving con app 1. Why? Because I may have multiple projects. I can give them console application 2, 3, 4 like this. Then the second option, you need to select the location. Location will be the place where you want to store your application. And coming to the third one is a solution. What is a solution? Solution is a collection of projects. Okay, it is used to group the projects. It is recommended to have all your projects under one solution. Let me name it as ITeLearn solution. Now you can understand that all my projects I'll be storing into this solution. When you click OK, what happens, you'll be able to see a new project is going to be created. So this is what happens when you create a project. Right, yes. And do remember there are some important features with Visual Studio. In order to start console application, let's understand the features of Visual Studio. Why Visual Studio? Okay, so Visual Studio is an intelligent application development software. So what do you mean by intelligent? Intelligent in the sense, it's not only allow you to develop the application, it also allow you to do some manipulations or some coding implicitly. The first feature, you can say auto generation of code. If you're able to see, when I created the project, this code was generated automatically. When you create a project, okay, the code, initial code which is required for your application development, it was generated. You'll be able to see that. All right. And the second one, we have a facility called as a intelligence. What do you mean by intelligence? Intelligence refers to provide the list of the libraries by simply providing the letters. As we discussed in the last session, Microsoft .NET provided thousands of ready-made libraries. You want to see the list of the libraries? Just go to the start run. You can see C:, Windows, Assembly. So this is a place all the libraries are located. And here we'll be having thousands of ready-made libraries, not 1, 2, 3. And these libraries are ready-made libraries which are having ready-made classes, ready-made methods, etc. See here, as a programmer, it's very difficult to remember all those things. In order to make this situation simple, Visual Studio provided a feature called intelligence. What is this intelligence? In this code, if you type a letter, any letter, let's A related, all the list of the classes methods will be displayed. So you'll be able to see the list of the classes. If you type B related things will come. C related things, D related things. You'll be able to see all the things. So it is very easy to remember. For example, you want to write a code which is related to duplicate weight object exception. You don't know what it is. Just say D, U. You'll be able to see. So programmer need not worry about the spelling mistakes and all. This is the facility which was provided in the Visual Studio, and this feature is called as a intelligence. Right. Coming to the next one, autocomplete. So whatever you selected, whatever the option you selected, you want to type it. Okay, you need not to type by pressing enter symbol, or by pressing tab space, or by pressing the space. Tab space enter. That will be automatically typed. So this feature is called as a autocomplete text. So these facilities will make programmer very comfortable while program execution. Right. The next feature is reference highlighting. If you have any error, if you have any warning, or if you have any built-in, the related reference can be displayed over there. Let me take a variable like string name. I wrote string name twice. Now if you are able to see this, as per the programming language syntax, you are not supposed to declare the variable twice. Here I declare the variable twice. Now when you have any mistake, what happens, if it is a syntactical mistake, you'll be able to see green color underline. If it is a what will be called error, it will be able to see red color. Let's say this red color underline was there. Just place the mouse over, you'll be able to see a local variable name is already defined in the scope. This is called as a reference highlighting. This is called as reference highlighting. Right. Now, when you have any error warning or place this anywhere mouse over, the reference related things will be displayed this one. And this feature is called as a reference highlighting. Reference highlighting. And user can have, or a programmer can have his own reference highlighting for ready-made classes. Let's say I have my class. Let's say my class was set. You'll be understanding these codings one by one. Let's I'm telling. Okay. Now I'll be writing. So here this is my own class I'm writing. Okay. So this class is used to implement customer logic. Right. Let's say when I create an object for this, let's say my class O equal to new my class. Now what I wrote, this class is used to implement customer logic. Place the mouse over, you'll be able to see this class is used to implement the customer logic. This is what exactly called as a reference highlighting. So reference highlighting is a feature which will give you the immediate text by placing the mouse over above the any particular text. Right. So this is reference. And one more very important feature, code snippets. What do you mean by code snippets? Code snippets are used to provide the syntaxes by its own. For example, you want to have a syntax to be generated. Let's say I want to have if condition. Programmer need not to worry about the if condition. Just say if, press the tab symbol twice. So you'll be able to see the if condition syntax will be generated. This is called as code snippets. You want to have a switch case. Let's say switch case SW. The code snippet was there. Just press the tab symbol twice. Right. For loop, you have a code snippet. While loop, do while loop. Okay. Any basic syntax, programmer need not worry about it for each. Right. So if conditions, for loops, while loop, do while loop, for each loop, switch case. The codes will be automatically generated. So programmer need not to worry about the syntax. Let's say I want to have a static void main. Let me click on the SV tab, static void main. The code snippet will be generated. With this feature, the programmer will be very comfortable on completing the syntaxes. Like this, we'll be having lot of facilities in the Visual Studio. And these facilities will make effective application development, and programmer need not to worry about the basic syntaxes. Visual Studio is an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So we have a lot of facilities over here. So use it to develop applications of any kind. Alright, let's say contains different components to make application effective. Let's say you'll be able to see view menu. You'll be able to see lot of contents. Like we'll have something called Solution Explorer. You'll be able to see the Solution Explorer. This Solution Explorer will give you the information about the current solution. We named the solution as ITeLearn. So the solution was here. And in this solution, what applications were we have? We have a console application one. This is the information about the current solution. Let's say you want to have one more solution, one more project. Right click on the solution, add new project. It will ask you to create a new project. Let me create a new project, that is Windows Forms. Now let me name it as Win1, Win application 1. Now I have two projects with me. Earlier we have one project, now we have two projects. So you can easily handle your solution, all the projects. So this is what exactly the components. We have different components like Solution Explorer, Toolbox, Code Window or Code Editors, okay, etc. Let's say you want to have screen designing. For this, there is a component called as a Toolbox. You'll be able to see Toolbox. In the Toolbox, if you want to design something, you need not write a code. Just place a mouse over, okay, select a tool and place it. Now your button is ready. to bring a what will be called drop down checkbox. Checkbox is ready. Right. When you right click and set a start project, this project will be set. Okay, run this. Now your project is running. Very easy. So first of all, the programmer need not worry about the basic things. The infrastructure will take care of all those things. This is what exactly the way how you're making application development simple. Right? Solution explorers, toolbox, code editors, etc. Will have huge amount of facilities. So we'll be understanding these facilities in detail in further session. As of now, what I mean to say is the development of application is very easy with the help of Visual Studio, since it is an intelligent application development software. With its features, you can make your application development very fast, very easy, and very effective. Now I have two projects. I don't want the second one. Right click here, delete it. Now this project will be temporarily removed from the solution. We'll be having only one project. C# is one of the object-oriented programming language which is used to develop the following types of applications. We can develop console applications, we can develop Windows applications, we can develop class libraries, Windows services, web applications, websites, mobile services, mobile application, anything. The list was given over here. We are going to be discussing all those things except mobile applications. Right. So using a C# programming language we'll be using, and in case if you use a web application or mobile application, we'll be using our application development with the help of the C#. To make you the subject fundamentals clear, we'll have dedicated slot on console applications for coming 3-4 sessions. Right. Let's understand what is console application before entering into the subject. Console application. It is nothing but command line application. Okay, it is used to develop instruction based applications. Console applications are used to develop the instruction based applications. Okay, and why we need console applications? These are used to implement the application logic for the program. If you want to have any application logic, that can be implemented with the help of the console applications. Right, console applications are instruction based applications where we can develop the applications based on the instructions. Okay, what are the advantages of the console application? See, console applications will directly interact with the requirement. If you have a file, I can put something in the file with the help of console application. If you want to delete something, I can write an instruction and I can hit to my requirement. So this is what exactly called as console application. So console applications doesn't require to install. Console applications doesn't need to load. Okay, console applications will be invoked by calling their name. This is what exactly called as a console application. In real time, who are going to be using these console applications? Administrator kind of people will use this console application. Administrator kind of people will use this console applications. Right. And each and every instruction in C# can be implemented using console application, and it is very important to be put in the console applications. Right. Let's come into the subject. If you want to download the Visual Studio software, as we discussed that Visual Studio is having a lot of features and it is available free to download, please go to the link Microsoft Download and please install the Visual Studio. Alright, coming to the next one, how to create a project. We are given the snapshot. File, new project and select C#. Select C#. Under the C#, please choose the console application and provide your name, your location and solution. So application name will identify the project name, location used to specify where the application is going to be storing, and last one, solution name, is a place where your applications all together will be stored. So this is the way how to going to be created console application. Now when I create a project, we will be having a structure. This is a structure which we found while creating the project. For your reference, I took the snapshot. Okay, this is a snapshot when you create a project you're getting. Initial code which will be automatically generated, and here is a snapshot. And coming to the structure, what we need to do is first line should be using system. What it is we'll be understanding in a bit. Second line should be namespace project name. First line should be using system. Second line should be the namespace, your project name. And third line should be the class program which contains a static void main. Okay, here is the implementation, explanation. In the above structure, you'll be able to see 4 different keywords. The first one is using. Using keyword is used to import a library in the current project. In order to have ready-made coding, the ready-made coding is available in the libraries, and these libraries are available in the current project. Okay, I mean libraries available in the current system, and it should be imported by using keyword. Using keyword is used to import the libraries. So here, if you remember your C++, you might use hash include stdio.h. In .NET, you have to use using system. Using system should be the first statement in your .NET. Using system should be the first statement in your .NET. Like this, we have a lot of other things, not 1 to 3 thousands of libraries. Depends upon the requirement, you can use what libraries you want to import. Coming to the second one, namespace. What is namespace? See, namespace is used to group the classes. When you have a project with multiple classes, you need to group all the classes as one category. So that can be done with the help of the namespace. And do remember, the name of the namespace will be the project name. What the project name we given, that same name will be assigned to the namespace. Right. And as a console application, it is optional. Even you have a project without namespace. And do remember, when you create a project, you have the list of the namespaces imported. And the first one is mandatory. Rest of the three are not required. You can remove this. Using system should be the mandatory. Rest of the things you can leave. Namespace, your name. Then coming to the third line, class. What is a class? If you are from C++ or Java, you might heard about a class. It is similar here also. What is class? Class is used to create a user-defined data type. A class is used to create a user-defined data type. A project can have any number of classes, but there should be one class with a name called as a program. The startup of the application should be exist with a name called as a program. And the program execution starts with the main method, and the syntax of the main method is static void main and M capital letter. As per the C# syntax, static void main. Guys, if you have any spelling mistake, don't worry, just delete this. Type SV static void main, press the tab symbol twice so that static void main will be generated. So you'll not able to find any case sensitive issues. And here the parameter string args, this is used to pass the command line parameters, and as per the example you can leave this. Now this is your console application syntax. Hope you guys are clear. So I given the snapshot and I given the explanation on each and every statement what we have been placed. Now see here, if you are from different programming languages, you might use some terms. The same terms will be continued, but here you'll be having different keyword. Let's say if you want to import a library, C++, you have used hash include. In Java, you have used import. When you're coming to C#, you have to use using keyword. When you go for a startup of the application, main function is required in C++, main method is required in your C#, main with parameters are required in Java. Mandatory libraries, you have to use hash include stdio.h in C, using system in C#, import java.lang.star in Java. Here the ready-made terms will be like this. In C++ we'll be calling as header files. C# will be calling them as libraries and namespaces. In Java we might call them packages. Coming to the file extensions, C file extension will be .c, C++ .cpp, java.java and C#.cs. If you create a project, .cs file gets created. We have a program class, right? So program file has been created with an extension called as a .cs. C#. So this is. And when you compile the project, a respective internal file gets created that is called as a system understandable code called as intermediate language IL. If you remember in C, you'll be getting object code OBJ. In Java, you'll be getting the Java dots class. These are the different terms which are used in different languages. And here we'll be using a lot of different special letters in your program. In order to make it simple, okay, I have given the list. Okay, whenever you find any special letter which I am using, you can just come back to this page. This is in the page number 5 and you can see. Example, plus symbol for concatenation, parenthesis for arguments, semicolon for termination. Like this we have a lot of things. You might use these things in many places. So I have given 23 special letters In case if you not understand any special letter, just come to the page number 5. You'll be able to see list of the things. Right. So this is the evaluation and all. Okay. Let's start working with the C#. The first operations. How to perform any operations in the C#. In order to perform operations in the C#, there are ready-made classes. The first class is console class. The word itself will explain console. Okay, used to handle console input and console output operations. If you want to have input operations and output operations, you will be using this class. You can say printf function and scanf function in C. What they are doing, displaying output, reading input. Similar to that one, you'll be having the console input and console output operations. Right. For example, you want to display something, you have write method. Write method is used to display. Write method is used to display. Write line. Write line is used to display, and after display, cursor will move to the next line. So write line. You can say it's printf. It's printf with /n. Write method is used to display the text. Write line is used to display the text and move the cursor to next line. Read line used to read group of letters from the user. Read key used to read choice, and it is similar to getSage. Let me explain this one with example. When I start my project, okay, I'll be having my console application and I don't have any code with me. If I click on the execute button, here you will be able to see start button. The shortcut key is F5. Since we don't have any presentation code, nothing will be presented. You'll be able to see an output window coming and going. The reason is we don't have any code to be printed. Now what is my question? I want to have welcome message. In order to display the welcome message, there is a statement called as a console write line, and here is a code snippet CW. Just press the tab symbol twice. You'll be able to see console.writeLine will be auto type. Now in this, I'll be giving a message double quotes. Welcome to C#. Right. Now this message will be printed in the screen. Just by clicking on the start button, you'll be able to see that message. Just observe this start button, display enter. Now here, as per my instruction, I'm asking to print. What is happening? It's printing and coming back. I want my output to be weighted. In order to weight, we have a statement called console.read. What it is? Console.read. It is used to read the choice from the user. Okay, and it is similar to getSage function you might use in your C program. Okay, and this is mainly used to in the place of pause the output. Let's say console.read. Here is my first example. Display the message and wait the output until I press any letter. Just click on it. Welcome to C#. So this is my example. I can give the comments. Here this line is used to display the output. To display output. And this is used to wait output. Right? Here is the program. Here is a snapshot for the example. If you are able to see this example, I have given write line. The output will be displayed and cursor is coming in the second line. Why cursor is coming to the second line? We have used the write line. Write line functionality display and move the cursor to next line. If you don't want the cursor to be weighted in the next line and you want to stay back in the same line, we have to use write method. So write method is used to display and weight the cursor in the same line. See, previously you have seen that the cursor is waiting in the next line. Now the cursor is waiting in the same line. So this is the difference between the write and write line. Right, yes. Coming to the snapshot. Here is an example one, snapshot with write. Here it is, write line. Shortcut key to run the project is F5. By pressing F5, you can see the project execution. Coming to the next one, how to handle data. In order to handle data, we'll be using the string class. String class is used to declare a string object where we can have group of letters, where we can store message, text, output of a file, etc. So the name of the class is string class. You can treat it's a data type, but it's not a data type. It is a class. The name of the class is string class. String class is used to create an object, used to store and manipulate group of letters. String class contains methods used to handle strings. Handle and manipulation also possible. Right, and string class is provided available in the system namespace. When you import a system namespace, string class is available. Let's see how to declare a variable. I can use a statement to declare a variable is string a variable name. Let me have a variable name is name. Now what it is? It's a variable where we can have group of letters. Let's say name is equal to, I can say Hiran Kumar. So how to declare a variable? String variable name. Generally you'll be calling as a string objects. Okay, we have declared a name object. And if you want to assign the value, I wrote name is equal to Hiran Kumar. When you work with a single letter, you have to put it in single quote. If you want to have a group of letters, it should be kept in double quotes. Numeric values directly can be given. Now, if you want to display CW name, what it is? Declare the variable, assign the value into it, display. Right? Just run this, you'll be able to see the value existing in the variable will be displayed. Declare the variable, assign the value. For example, if I don't display, if I simply declare the variable and if I don't display, now what happens? You'll be able to see green color underline below the name. Just place a mouse over, you'll be able to see reference highlighting. The variable name is assigned, but it's never used. Its value is never used. So this is the main advantage of the Visual Studio. To declare a string object, the syntax follows like this: string object name. Example, string name. How to assign the data? Declare the variable, assign the value into it. If you want to display, console.WriteLine and it. Now we have a facility, initialization also. What is initialization? While declaration, you can initialize a value. Let me take this example also. I'll take a variable string name is equal to here. At the time of declaration, I can assign. This will be called as a initialization. If you want to display name, I can have. And if you want to display the name with a message, yes, it is possible. I can give a message hello followed by name. Hello name. So hello here, whatever we have. If you have some other name, that will be automatically changed. Vijay. Hello Vijay. Later we can make it programmatically. We can supply the values. So this is the way how you're declaring the variable, how you display. And if a question arises, I want to read a string into the variable. Let me declare a variable. I want to ask a question. Enter your name. Now it will raise a question. Enter your name. The name which was supplied by the user, I can read with the help of the console.readLine. So console.readLine is used to read string. So what are the user supplying value that will be coming here? Now let's see CW hello plus name. Run this. It will ask you a question. Enter your name. See, I used a console.WriteLine where console.WriteLine is going to be displaying the message. Since I use the console.WriteLine, cursor is waiting in the next line. What are the name I'm giving? Here let's say I'm giving something called Karnakar Reddy. Let's say you'll be able to say hello Karnakar Reddy. Like this. Why? Because we are ready. And do remember, question asking in one line and expecting the value in the second line doesn't look good. I want to wait my cursor in the same line. What is the option we have? We have to change this one from right line to right because I want my cursor to be weighted in the same line. Let's say this is my name. Enter your name. Since we have used the right method, cursor is waiting in the same line. Let's say I'll be writing something called Saida. Hello Saida. So this is the way how to declare a variable, how to read a value into the variable, and how to display. Alright. Each and every point has been explained in detail in your for your reference. So declare the variable, assign the value, initialize, read a value. And there are some important points to remember. String is not the data type and it's a class. Like integer, character, decimal, it's not a data type, it's a class. The class available in the system namespace. By importing the system namespace, it is available. String is immutable. You will be understanding this word in next class. Okay, immutable. Immutable in the sense existing memory will not be consumed. A new memory gets created for every update. This statement will be explained in further classes. And string is an alias for string. So you can use small letter string or you can use capital letter S string. We have used this one, right? I can use S can be capital letter also. It is also same. You don't have any. So this is string. And coming to your reference, here is example one. I took the snapshot with an output. Declare the variable, assign the value, display. Here, if you do this, here is the output. Coming to the next one, initialization. I can say name is equal to your name, and I can. And plus symbol is for concatenation. See here we have used a lot of letters. Curly brace opening we have used, curly brace closing we have used. Okay, is equal to we have used, parenthesis we have used, this we have used. Entire information is available in page number 5, each and every special letter and its functionality. Then coming to the next one, concatenation is possible with plus symbol. Generally, plus symbol is for two manipulations. One is arithmetic expression addition, another one is string concatenation. Let's say I have a variable declared like string. Let me have a variable name called as a first name. Let's name it as a Bala. Let's see, last name is equal to Rajagopalan. So I have two names. One is first name, another one is last name. Let me have another variable, full name. I can say full name is equal to first name plus last name. It's allowed. You can have first name will be concatenated with second name and it will be assigned into the full name. Let's say CW. Okay, full name is, I can say full name. So this message again concatenating with this variable. Now you will be able to see your full name. See, first name, last name, and concatenation of these two and copied into the full name. Your full name is displayed. So this example shows you that plus symbol is used for string concatenation. Plus symbol is used for string concatenation. Here is the example. Example was taken the snapshot also. Here is an example which will specify the difference between the console.write and write. Now, there are some ready-made methods are there in order to work with string. The first method is string.empty. What is string.empty? String.empty which will assign empty value. What it is? Let me flip to the example. I have a variable declared with a name called as a string. Sorry, with a name string. And I'm trying to display the value without assigning. I have a variable and there is no value into it. Run this. Now you'll be getting an error. The previous example is displaying. Let me, when we have previous example is exporting, don't worry. Open the solution explorer. Claim the solution. Claim the solution in the sense previous examples, if anything is generated, that will be erased. Otherwise, what happened, sometimes previous examples will be exported. Now, when you run this, you'll be able to see the warning. An error is coming. Okay, here is error. Use of unassigned local variable name. There is a variable called name you are using and it is unassigned and it cannot be processed. This is what. So you cannot have any variable as an empty. So what to do? Name is equal to, you have to specify empty, string.empty. This is the way you have to specify the name is empty. Now what happened? Empty forcefully assigned to the variable. Now you display, you'll be getting empty value. See, this is empty value. Alright, earlier days we used to have these kind of things. Name is equal to double quotes, simple. So these are earlier days we used to have. But now we have this one. What is the advantage of string.empty? It is programmable. Later I can find out is it empty, but here I cannot find out this. So it is recommended to use string.empty when you don't have any value in it. When you don't have any value, you have to put string.empty. This is empty. Coming to the next example, let's see I have a name and I want to display the name, CW name. For example, here I am writing name is the message. And if you want to get the length, there is a statement called as a length is name.length. Length is a ready-made property. Length is a ready-made property. When you click on it, you will be able to see the length of the letters. See here the name is Kiran Kumar. The length is 11 letters in it. Kiran 5 letters space 1 letter Kumar. So 5 plus 1 plus 5, 11 letters. So you'll be having these kind of manipulations which is mandatory will be available in the ready-made definitions. Here is the explanation. How to declare a variable and how to assign the empty. Right. Now, read your name and display. This also we discussed. In order to do manipulations on strings, we have a lot of ready-made methods are available. String class is specially designed to handle the string, not only storing, you can also manipulate. In order to manipulate the string, we have a lot of methods are there. The list of the methods are given in this. Example, to upper, to lower, compare to, trim, etc. Let's say, what are these? I have a name. My name is Kiran Kumar and I given K capital letter and K capital letter. Kiran capital letter K, Kumar capital letter. You want to display in uppercase. I can specify CW, name dot to upper. This is a method which will return the copy of the string in capital letters. Now you will be getting the Kiran Kumar in capital letters here. If you want to get the name in small letters, you can specify CW name dot to lower. You will be able to see the name in small letters. Capital letter name and small letter name. Right. In order to have uppercase, we have an upper method. Lowercase, we have lower method. There are a lot of ready-made methods we have. We have a method called as a compare to. Let's say I have a name is a method. Okay, I have a name 1. Let's say I have a name called as a Kiran. Let's say I have another one, name 2. I have assigned with Kumar. Now my question is, I want to check, are these two methods, are these two strings are same or not? In order to do it programmatically, we have a facility called as a compare. You have to specify name1 dot compare to. It's a self-explanatory, you'll be able to understand. It's a method used to compare another string, name2. So you can understand that name1 is comparing with name2, or else you can say name2 comparing with name1. And do remember, this method is going to be returning an integer value, either 0 or 1. When both are same, it will give you 0, otherwise it will give you some other value. So you need to write an if condition. See, we haven't covered the if condition, we'll be discussing in tomorrow's session, but as of example I'm showing. If name1 dot compare to of name2, while comparing these two, if you get a result of 0, I want to give a message that both are same, else not same. Both are same and not same. Now Kiran and Kumar, are these two same? No, you'll be able to see message not same. The reason is, when they are same, you'll be getting a value called as say 0. It's not 0, then not same. If you give the same values here, Kiran and Kiran, you'll be getting same. So this is the advantage of compare to method. Right. Let's say we have other methods. It's not related to .NET or something. It's a regular manipulation. Your regular requirements has been provided in the form of methods. Example, I declared a variable name and I'm assigning Kiran Kumar. I just want to know where is the letter A existing. In order to check this one, we have a facility called as a index of. Name dot index of. Name is a class, name is an object, index of is a method. In that, what are we trying? A. So this is going to be written the first occurrence of A. Return first occurrence of A. In my string, where is the first letter A? You'll be getting this one. 0, 1, 2, 3. Third position we have. Because items will be stored from array, that will be position starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. If you want to get the last occurrence, you have name dot last index of A. So then this will return the last occurrence of A. You'll be getting last occurrence. Ninth letter. Can check out. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ninth position. So we have a method to display the position using index. Like you want to get the part of a string. You have a substring. String name dot CW name dot substring from where to where? From 0th position to 5. So you'll be getting 0 to 5 letters. 0 to 5 in this is these 5 letters will have. 0 to 5 letters. If you say 4 comma 5, from 4, 5 letters. Like this will be given. This is what exactly calls a substring. Substring will give you the part of the string, whereas index of will give you the position of the string. Let's say you have any unwanted spaces. I have unwanted spaces. Let's say CW name. By mistake, if you have here, the spaces before the text or the spaces after the text will be called as unwanted spaces. If you don't want the spaces, unwanted spaces, we have a method called as a trim. Name is equal to name.trim. So what it means? If you have any unwanted spaces before the string or after the string, it will be erased. Now your string will be without unwanted spaces. Like this, we'll have a lot of examples. Most of the examples are explained here. Okay, we have given sample programs. You can see this sample programs. Guys, each and every example has been given. You can see this. Snapshots are also assigned. Interview questions are also assigned. Right. At the end of the document, I'll be also providing you the interview questions and practice programs, tasks. Your practice programs. Tomorrow session agenda, we'll be having C# CTS. CTS stands for Common Type System. Okay. CTS is a hierarchy of all data types supported in DOTNET. So we'll have a dedicated session on CTS which will be covering all data types what will be